So one of the things often you need to do is think about how you're going to have your robot move. So really common thing is to think about wheels. So I'm going to go to create, polygon primitives, cylinder option box, make sure you do 8, and we have this. Okay, and again, just going to right click, go to edge, boom, 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 delete, and just grabbing the diagonal ones, not that one. Okay, delete. Alright, that's great. And I'm going to take this and we're going to E, and I'm going to hold J for increment, and rotate this way. And I will scale it slightly. And what I'm going to do right off the bat is something like this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to face. I'm going to select all of these, and we're going to hit Control E for extrude. And I'm just going to extrude this out like so. Okay, that's good. Makes me super excited. That's all fine and dandy. Now I'm going to do is grab this again. I'm going to hit Control D for duplicate, hit Shift I. And I'm going to make the actual tire part. So to do the tire part, I need everything but the center part. The part that I just made is going to be the rim. So I'm going to hold this. I'm going to click on this, hold Shift, double click, grabs this piece, hold Shift, click and drag, inverts my selection. Okay. Now, grab this whole thing. I'm going to hit extrude again. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the blue and pull it out. Okay, so this is going to be the actual tire. Alright. Now, mind you, so I'm going to hit Shift I with nothing selected. It's going to bring back everything. So now I have the rim and I have the tire. Okay. Now, mind you, depending on the kind of tire you want, you might want something a little bit longer, you want something that's thinner. I don't know. It kind of depends. Okay. I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to kind of shrink this down. So, oops, that's kind of weird. Why is it? Oh. Okay. So, okay. Good. I'll grab all the middle pieces there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. All right. So I have a part that I'm going to call my tire and a part that I'm going to call my rim. Okay, because you need both pieces. All right. So to do the tire, I'm just going to go ahead and click on this and the multi-cut tool. Hold Control, click and drag, or click. Hold Control, click. Okay. And I'm going to grab this. Hold Shift, grab this. And we're going to R, and I am going to pull that out to make it a little bit wider and a little more tire-like. Okay? Nothing too crazy. Alright. Now, we'll do the tire part first. So I got this tire here. Now, if I hit 3, you're going to see it turns into this like donut thing, which is probably not what you want. So I need to do is I need to make it much tighter right on this edge. The easiest way to do that is go to Edge. I'm going to double-click on it. And actually, I'm going to do it to here and here. So I got both edges selected. I'm going to hit bevel, which did not give me any options, but if it doesn't show up, just go over here and suddenly it did pop up. Okay, but if it doesn't show up here, you can do it over here after it was done, just as long as you don't do anything afterwards. I'm going to do it over here because it didn't show up initially, just out of spite. Okay, so the fraction, I'm going to do 0.01, and that's going to make it super tight. So I'm going to hit wireframe on shade so you can kind of see. And 0.01, you can see it's really, really super tight. Okay? And it's going to do it on both ends. So now if I were to 3 on it, you can see that makes that section super duper tight. Okay? Yay. Next, what I'm going to do is, more than likely, you probably want to do something on the top as well, because tires are kind of flat on the top. And I'm just going to select those top edges, hit G again. This time, I'm not going to do 0.05. I'm just going to do something like this, so that it's rounded, but it's not like crazy. So 0.2 is probably fine. I'm just hitting 1, and 3 is a poly smooth preview mode. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Fantabulous. And that will give me a general kind of wheel. All right. So now all I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to do kind of a similar thing. I'm going to go to Edge, double click this one, hit this, and we're going to do 0.05, I think is what it was. That is not enough. 0.01. I just want to make sure it's super tight, right? So if I hit 3, you can see that looks pretty good. If I hit 3 on this, those are pretty tight to each other, so they're good. Okay. So 1, 1. All right. Now from there, basically, all it is trying to just make it look different. Okay. So I'm just going to use my multi-cut tool. I'm going to hold Control, and I'm just going to add a couple in here. Honestly, it's totally up to you how you want this to look. I'm just honestly just gonna wing it. So I'm select this one, hit R, and I'm gonna kind of pull it in, and then I'll grab this one, and kind of pull it in a little bit less, and then gonna grab this line and pull these in, so it's something like this. And I'm gonna go to faces, I'm gonna hold tab, whoop, and oops, got tab these, and I'm gonna grab the green cube here, which scales it like so, and basically it's gonna give me this kind of look. But if I hit 3, you're gonna see it's give it this kind of rimmy look. All right, and I'll hit 3 on this, and you can see we have kind of a tiry look. Now, if I want to make some of these edges a little bit tighter, I just had to insert edge loop or use the bevel. Okay, so let's say I want this to be a little bit tighter, more specifically, Q. So I'll select this one, hold shift, select this one. So I got both of those selected. I'm just going to go ahead and bevel, and then I'll hit, I guess I can do it up here now, 0.01, and see what that looks like. Sure. I'm also going to go ahead and go to vert, grab this one, and just scale this out a little bit. Okay. And now if I hit this and hit 3, you can see now I got a really tight, let me turn wireframe on shaded off. Try that again. And you can see I got this kind of tight tire thing. Okay. So there you go. So that's good enough. And I could add more and make this tighter. So if I want like other things to be tighter, you got to try to experiment with it. Now, you might want like treads and various other things on this. If that is the case, that is totally possible. What I'm going to do is hit 1 on this, 1 on this. I'm going to take this guy here, and I'm going to go ahead and poly smooth it. All right, and this is what it's going to look like. And what I'm going to do is, instead of just doing a poly smooth of 1, I will do a poly smooth of 2. Then what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to face, and this is going to be somewhat cumbersome. I'll go here to here, double click, 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 here to here, double click. And you can probably tell this is going to get somewhat cumbersome. Basically, I'm grabbing every other, I don't want to say edge ring or line of faces, but I think you can tell what I'm doing because it's not the entire line. It's just this one group. But go all the way around. Boom. Ba-doomp. Doomp. Ba-doomp. Doomp. Oops, not that one. Ba-doomp. That's what I was afraid of. Boom. Ba-doomp. Oh, one more. And boom. Up a doom. Okay, so I got all these guys in here. I'm going to go ahead and hit extrude. And what I'm going to do is click on this and go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and I'm also going to pull it out a little bit. Now what's annoying, and I'm going to go, let's see if we can do it through a top view or side view or something. I'm going to hold shift, click and drag across it. It's not going to work actually. So now what I got to do is grab the exact opposite one. So hold here and hold shift, double click there, there to there, there to there, there to there, there to there. I didn't do a very good job of shrinking them either because they kind of went wider. There to there. So there to there. And I might have went a little extreme with how far I extruded them out. There to there. So you should probably do a little bit less. So I'm holding shift and double clicking the next one. Boom. Double click. Boom. Double click. And boom. And double click. Okay. So again, I'm going to hit, I could just hit G because it was the last thing I did. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out a little bit. Roughly, well, as much as I can, the same amount as last time. Click this and, okay, click that again and shrink it about the same amount as the previous one. And you can see I missed a row, which is super crappy. Boom. Not that one. Cool. Boom. Ba-doom. G and pull her out. So if you miss one, just make up for it. Just make up for it. Okay. And then if I hit 3, you'll see you're going to get this kind of like rough thing, right? Which is fine. But now what I'm going to do is just try to make it a little more edgy. So I'm going to double click this, this center edge loop, hit, cool. I'm going to hold B again. Still not working. Make sure you're on one of your translates. B, click and drag till it just gets to the outside edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this forward like so. So I just rotate it on the one axis. And now you can see it looks like a tread. Neat. Okay. And you can do little things too. So like let's say I do something where I grab like, I'll turn soft select off. I grab this and I hit bevel, right? And I can make it a little bit less, something like that. Then I could do is go to faces, grab this, hold shift, double click, goes all the way around, control E, and then just W and pull it out just a touch. Okay? And it's nothing more than just adds a little bit of a detail. Okay? So now, and then I'll just go ahead and poly smooth this too. Alright. So now I have this nice little tire here, you can kind of see, and you can go about this many other ways. This is just a real basic kind of tire, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. So I select them both. I can poly smooth both again just to make it even smoother. But I wouldn't suggest poly smoothing it too much until you're like ready to be like done. Okay. But there's a real basic kind of tire that you could kind of create. All right.